Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all my viewers out there. Welcome, and this is Teacher Michelle once again, giving you an assistance for another video tutorial. Now, before I go on, I'd like to request all my viewers to please click on the subscribe button on my YouTube channel, that's Teacher Michelle, and please as well as visit my Facebook page, still under Teacher Michelle. Please do click like, share, and follow. Now, what will I be sharing for you today? It's about how to access and use Google Slides. So, just an overview. Google Slides is basically at par with MS PowerPoint. No? So I'll give you a run through as to how to use this application under Google platforms. Now, before I continue, the biggest question I have for all my viewers out there, are you ready? So I assume everyone is ready to listen, so sit back and relax. Alright, so once again, as always, since this is under Google platforms, I would recommend for you to use the Google Chrome browser. However, you can still use any other browser available, but I highly suggest, and it is most an advantage for you to use Google Chrome as a browser. So as soon as we open that, normally in my browser, every time I would open a new tab, it will go directly to the Google site. However, if that is not the case for you, you may always go to www.google.com. And as soon as you access the site, you would then need to go or click rather the Google Platforms icons, which is just basically right beside your profile. So as soon as you click the Google icon, you would then find or see a drop-down box. Now, this is where basically you can see all the possible Google platforms that you can basically use, no? Now, for accessing Google Slides, there are again two ways. Now, similar to Google Docs and Google Sheets in my previous video tutorials for that. Now, first means for you to access Google Slides is through your Google Drive. And second would be accessing it right away in the Google Slides icon. Now, let me show you first how to access it through Google Drive. So let's just click on Google Drive. As soon as we are on the site of Google Drive, on your top left-hand side, you can see a plus sign with the word new on it. Click on this icon and another drop-down box will be seen, and here you can actually see Google Slides. Just click on that and automatically a blank presentation or a blank Google slide will be opened in a new tab. Right? So that's way number one. However, you can also open Google Slides. Once again, you need to access the Google site, which is www.google.com, and then click on the Google Platforms icon, and you'll just need to see or look for the Google Slides icon, which is here. Basically, you can determine that it is in fact the Google Slides because it has the word slides down below its icon. Now, once you have located the icon, just click on it and automatically it will link you to the Slides website. Now, in my case here, I have actually created already a few presentations. However, on your side, if you are a new user for Google Slides, basically this portion here where my mouse is moving back and forth would basically be blank. Okay? Now, however, in the top portion here where my mouse is again moving back and forth, these are a few of the templates that Google Slides has to offer. no? You can basically click on these templates. However, if you wish to use a blank slate or a blank Google Slides, you can just basically just click on this plus sign portion here, wherein there is a blank word down below. Just click on that, and automatically it will open again a blank presentation or a blank Google Slides. All right. So just like what I mentioned earlier, Google Slides is basically at par with Microsoft PowerPoint or MS PowerPoint. All right. When I say at par, it basically has the same functionalities as MS PowerPoint. All right. So the difference is that though Google Slides has a different features, no, or has a different face to its functionalities here, unlike what we normally would use or what we are normally used to in MS PowerPoint. But then again, basically it has the same functionality. Now, just here on the right hand side, here are an array or a few, no, of the possible templates or themes rather that you would wish to apply, no, for your Google Slides presentation. However, if you want to be slightly, what do you call this, slightly creative, and you would want to customize your background by attaching a picture there, you may do so. Okay, so here is a means for us to transfer or to upload a picture on our Google Slides as our background. Now, let me just open a new tab. Let's go to www.google.com and let's click here on images. And then let's try to search some images here. Say, for example, numbers. Say, for example, we will be creating a PowerPoint presentation for numbers. So let me just try to alter this. Okay. Alright, so say for example, we'd be using this background, no? Or possibly this. Or this. Whichever you think would be appropriate for your presentation. So say for example, this one. So we can basically right click on the, if you have decided, no? If you have decided on the particular image that you wish to upload here or copy paste here in our Google Slides, basically you'll need to right click on the picture, click on copy image, and then go back to your Google Slides presentation, right click and click on paste, and there you go. There you have uploaded, or rather copied and pasted it on your Google Slides presentation. Now basically you'll just need to adjust this for it to become an actual border. Okay, once you are satisfied with the said border, just for a moment though, let me just, okay, there we go. Once you are satisfied with your border and you wish to have this border all throughout your presentations, basically you can just right click on the slide here, on the first slide, click on copy, and then click on the blank portion here below this slide. As you can see, as soon as you've clicked it, there is a thin yellow line below. That is your that is how you would identify, no, that it is okay now to right click and then click on paste. Another shortcut means for this is by clicking on the particular slide and pressing simultaneously on your keyboard Control C, and then click on the free space here and then click on Control V. And there you go. And you can do it on and on and on. So say for example, I'll be preparing 10 black slides for this particular slide. Now, let's create a particular content for this. say for example, since I'm a teacher, say for example, I'll be creating a uh, a presentation, no, on numbers. So let's just try to create a title here. How can we do that? So first things first, we need to click on this icon, which is text box. As you can see, as soon as you click the text box, your cursor becomes a cross. Now, once that is a cross, you'll then need to click on the whatever blank space that you wish to have that text on. Click on it, drag it until you can create this square wherein you can type in the title. Alright, so that is ready. Now, as of the moment, this is an alignment to your left. We can basically adjust this left, center, or right. Okay, so let's say so how do we do that? No, we'll just need to click on this icon here, which is where we can align, no, our text. So as soon as we click that, we have the option of left, center, right, and justified. So let's just try center. Okay, since this is our title, we need to have it centered. Now, as you can see on the blinking cursor, it has quite a small text. So how can you basically make your text larger? It's actually here. You can either click on that and choose from the array of sizes available, or you can make a customized type on it, say for example 50, or you can basically just click on the plus sign continuously until it reaches to the desired size that you wish to have it, right? So let's try to type in numbers. Say for example, that's our title. Now, I feel that since this is a title, I should make this, or rather the letters, more thicker. So how can I do that? So I would need to click on this icon, which is bold. But before that, I would need to highlight the word numbers and click on B, or for bold. So as you can see, it has already thickened the texture now of the letters. Now, if you want it slightly slanted or italic, you can also click on this slightly slanted letter I, just right beside bold. And there you go. In my case, I would just want it straight. If you want it also underlined, you can just click on the big letter U with a line below, right just beside italic. And there you go. Your title then has an underlined under the letters. So in my case, I want it just plain, just the word numbers. Now, if you are not quite so satisfied with the text design, you can basically click here on font. No? If you click on this drop down arrow here, there are a few of the possible fonts that you would want to apply. However, if you have noticed, there are only a few fonts available, no? Unlike in MS PowerPoint, there are an array of differentiated fonts available. Okay. However, I am satisfied with the Arial font size, font design. No. Now, still, I find this quite small. So what would I do? I would just highlight the word numbers and then just click on the plus sign until it would reach my designated or my desired size for my title. So, all right. Say for example that. So let's just adjust the square for this, and we can just center that out, and there you go. So there you go. You have your title as numbers. Now, say for example, you are teaching like numbers 1 to 10. So let's try to create multiple numbers here from 1 to 10 using still the text box. So let me just center that out. Try to choose a designated size for it. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. Make it bold. The font design is just okay, so I'll type in 1. There you go. So another way for you to just not always just click on text box, do the same process over and again. You can basically right click on the first design that you have created, right click paste, and there you go. Okay, so you'll just need to align that one, and same process for the next one. Basically just align everything. Okay, so let me just adjust everything out. So that's 1, 3, 4, 5. Now, since I have created one entire line here from 1 to 5, expectedly 6 to 10 would be down below. Now, for you to not always just continue on doing that, no, you can basically just wait for a moment. Okay, you can basically just click on the first set that you have done, right click, copy, right click paste, and there you go. So basically you'll just need to change the numbers. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, supposing that this is your presentation and you'd like to teach your students from 1 to 10, so this is it. This is basically the presentation that you need. Now, how can you be creative with your presentation, that not just basically by presenting it as it is? How can you animate things about? Okay, so basically just same with MS PowerPoint, you can also animate the texts here. So what can you possibly do? So first is you will need to go here in animate. As soon as you click animate, a drop down box here at the right portion would be opened. Now, so let's try to delete this one. This is basically the background, and we want to keep the background intact. So what you would do is just click on the number 1. Once you have chosen number 1, just click here on add animation, and then you can choose as to what design you would want. Say for example, zoom in on click. So as soon as you click on your mouse here, it will appear, and I think that would be that's it. Now do the same process for number 2 until number 10. So then click add animation, click on zoom in, do the same with number 3. Okay, so let me just go through this just real quick. Zoom in for number 6. Zoom in number 7, add animation. Zoom in number 8, add animation. Zoom in number 9, add animation. Click on zoom in, and lastly for number 10, add animation and zoom in. Now, let's try to see on what you have possibly created for the animations. No, you can actually do a preview to it. How can you do it? By clicking merely on play. So as soon as you click play, you'll then see, let's try to click on the screen. So see there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So just click on stop as soon as it is done. Once you are satisfied with the animation, you can then go on to our next slide. So say for example, you're trying to teach your student on how to count number 1. Okay? So let's say we want also this number in this slide. Basically, you'll just click on copy, go to the slide number 3, right click paste, and there you go. You don't need to do the same process over again by clicking the text box and doing the same process. So you can make your life more easier that way, no? So since you are just focused to number 1, say for example you just want a very big number 1 here. So once again, you just need to highlight the number 1 and continuously click on the plus sign here so that you can reach to your desired number. Or you can basically do a shortcut by typing that, your possible size. Okay, so for that, I am satisfied with that. So number 1. So say for example, you wish to add an object here, right? So let's try to click here, ball, animated. Okay. So say for example, we'll choose this ball since it's quite colorful. No? Again, with the same process, right click on your desired picture, copy image, open your Google Slides, right click again, and paste. And there you go. So there it is. You have then number 1 with 1 ball. Okay? So now let's try to create another animation. So click again on number 1, add animation, fade out, click on the ball, add animation, zoom in, and let's try to play it. So 1. Okay. Wait, let me just change fade in. Okay, here we go. Let's try to play that again. Okay, 1 and ball. So see, you have then created that. So say for example, after you have taught your student this 1 and 1 ball, so you'd like to make a follow-up question. You can actually create a follow-up question that can be quite collaborative, no, for the student. How can you do that? By using hyperlinks. Okay, so say for example, you have taught the child already number 1. So for you to verify if she actually has understood number 1, so let's try to make this image quite smaller. There we go. Say for example, you have a question here. Let me just copy this text, put it above here, extend a little since it's a question. Oops. Don't worry, we can just change the text size later. The number below number 1. So let's try to highlight that, and in 20. Okay, that was quite let's see, 30, 35. Okay, there we go. Now, say for example, this is the question. And then, let's try to copy, change this possibly to 80, and type in yes. This is what I meant by making it collaborative for the student, no? So, if the student has learned 1 and 1 ball, so I'll try to verify, is this number below number 1? Okay, then the student would respond either from yes or no. So how can the student click it so that it can go to another link whether the student's answer was correct or not? Now, basically by using hyperlink. So you'll just highlight that. After highlighting that, go to insert and then go to link. Okay, as soon as you click on link, a drop down box below the word yes would be seen, no? So your option would be slide in this presentation. So say for example, the response for yes is on the next slide. So let's click on next slide. Apply. Okay, so as soon as you see that it is highlighted there, meaning you have applied a hyperlink already. Now let's try to highlight no. Let's do the same procedure. Go to insert, click on link, and then click on slides in this presentation. Now the slide right after the slide for yes, for the response for yes, is in slide number 5. Now possibly or obviously the response for no should be on slide number 6. So let's try to find slide 6. There we go. And click on apply. Now, since you have created the necessary hyperlinks for this one, let's try to create the next slide, which is under 5, which will be the response for yes. Okay, so say for example, let's try to find here in Google a GIF or a GIF. GIF, wait, let me just, okay, you are correct, and then let's try to find it in GIF. Let me just look for, okay, say for example you want to use this. So right click, copy image, open Google Slides, right click, paste. So that would basically be seen by the student, no? It's there. You're the best. Now, try to create another hyperlink below that. So let's just copy that there, and then okay, let me just scroll it down. Now let's learn the number 2. So say for example that. So that would mean if the student would click now, let's learn to the number 2, it would then go to another slide, which obviously would be slide number 7. So let's try to create a hyperlink for that. Let's just highlight the entire phrase there. Click on insert, go to link, and then click on slide presentations, and let's try to look for slide number 7, which is here. Click on apply. Okay, since that is set, let's now go to slide number 6, wherein your no response will be seen here in slide number 6. Okay, now let's try to find again another GIF, no? Okay, let's try to edit this. Please try again. Okay, so let's say this one. Okay, let's try this. It's not animated. Let's try to find something animated here. Okay, it's here. The dog seems to be cute. So let's try to right click and then copy image. Open your Google Slides, right click, paste. And there you go. So let's try to make this a little bigger. Okay. So let's try to add, okay, let's try to copy this first, copy, and then paste it here. Now let's try to add another hyperlink below, no? So let's say, please try again. let's try to create a hyperlink for please try again. Normally, or basically, if the student would click please try again, this slide would go back to number 4, no? And then the student would try to answer again until the student gets to answer the yes, which would lead to the link going to the next lesson. Okay, let's try to create another hyperlink for this. Highlight the word please try again, click on insert, click on link, and let's go to slide number 4. Let's choose slide number 4 since that is where the question is in. Apply. Now let's go to slide number 7, wherein we then would teach number 2, right? So say for example, let's just copy this. Wait, this one there. Let's copy that and then paste that there. Now let's try to do 2 balls. Okay. So say for example that, let's just change the number to 2. Okay. Now, we have initially created a system of the hyperlink already. Now, I want to show you how creative and collaborative the hyperlink would be. Okay, so let's try how can we possibly present this, no? Our initially made presentation. Let's, on your top right hand side, you can see the word present, no? Just click on the present and automatically it will present there, no? Let's go to number 1, the first slide. So, numbers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So say for example you have introduced that to your student. Now, number 1 ball. So once the student has comprehended to the idea that 1 and 1 ball, let's now proceed to the confirmation of learning. So then you have there your first question. Is the number below number 1? So then the student would look at the number. Is this number 1? So say for example the student answered it incorrectly. So say for example the student clicked on no. So meaning so sorry, please try again. So the student would then click on please try again. Then the student would be linked back to the question, and of course and obviously the student would then choose yes, no? And there you go, it is the correct answer. You're the best. Now let's learn the number 2. So if you click that, there you go, it will then proceed to the next lesson. All right, so basic I won't go through up to number 10, for it will just prolong this video tutorial. At least I have given you a glimpse, no, or a thought on how you can create a very creative and a collaborative type of Google presentation for your kids. This is basically, or rather very helpful, no, especially for me as a teacher in grade 1, possibly grade 2, grade 3, for you can create this sort of very creative means for it to be collaborative for your student. This can also help for the higher levels, no, from grades 4 to 6, even up to high school, if there are such hyperlinks that you would want to create for it to be creative na naman, no, for the students, no? For your presentation as well to be not as boring, no, as it as a presentation would normally be. Okay, now I actually forgot to point out earlier, no, Google Slides, and for all the Google platforms for that matter, has the ability, or has its built-in ability to automatically save whatever you have typed in Google Slides. No matter how small the detail, how big the detail, whatever, it will automatically save every period, every comma, of whatever you type in Google Slides. That's just how convenient Google's Slides and other Google platforms can be. Alright? So normally, what we would normally do to create a title for this presentation, diba, in MS PowerPoint, we would normally go to File, Save As, and then type in the title, diba? Now, for this case, you can actually type in the title right away by clicking on Untitled Presentation. When you click that, you can actually type in, say for example, we'll make this as a tutorial. Alright? So we have set a title and it automatically saves. The next question here is, where does it save into? It will actually automatically save in your Google Drive. Okay? So as soon as you close this, once you are done, you will do actually nothing. Once you are done and you are satisfied with your presentation, just close that. Now, let's try to open our Google Drive. And here we can actually look for the here we go, the Google Slides presentations that under number, and we can then open our presentation. See, nothing has changed. Everything has been saved automatically. All right. So I hope you have grasped the idea of using Google Slides for your classes, for your presentations, and whatsoever. No? I hope I have imparted as much knowledge as I know with regards to Google Slides. Practically for me, I am still on the process as well on learning on more on the array of possible tools, possible functionalities for Google Slides. But as far as what I have learned under Google Slides, I have shared it all to you. No? I hope I have given adequate information, and please do continue on also learning Google Slides as soon as you have learned what I have imparted to you as well. Alright? So, thank you so much to all my viewers. Please, again, do not forget to click on the subscribe button on my YouTube channel, and please also do take time to visit my Facebook page under Teacher Michelle and just hit the like, follow, and share buttons. Okay? So, I am with open ears. If you have certain suggestions onto what more video tutorials you would want me to do, please do comment it down below, and I would be happy to learn it and impart my knowledge to you. Okay, so once again, to all my viewers, thank you. This has been Teacher Michelle, your teacher with a heart. Bye-bye.